Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
So, you know how we were talking for a while about Marvel Comics? And I'm glowing because it's hysterical. And how we said how too much
this
change.
I told you so look too.
Yeah,
I don't
basically.
know why.
Basically. I said how, too much change at the same time is going to cause a massive problem because fans are going to flip out, retailers are going to flip out, fans are going to flip out, and they're going to get heat for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, back in the 90s, they almost were done in by multiple covers and hologram covers, and what are they doing now? Multiple covers through the roof. The books are $5, $10, $6. Now, they are forcing comic book shops to get every single variant cover of every single thing they do.
And they're going to close the comic book shop because of it.
The Legacy had 12 effing covers. USA Avengers had 50 alternate covers. They are so raving mad that today at Comic-Con, they had a closed door panel where all the businesses that sell Marvel Comics got together to question Marvel Comics and have a big.
Should.
Well, let me tell you, this story broke. There was screaming, there was yelling. People flipped out. And here is the argument. The argument is that the representation of the movies. Kid goes to the movie. Oh, man, I loved Iron Man. I love Tony Stark as Iron Man. I'm going to go buy a comic. Goes to buy a comic. There's a 15-year-old girl that's Iron Man. Or Doctor Doom, which is a supervillain, as Iron Man. Or Iron Man is like a computer hologram or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what the hell is this? Just like they'll watch Captain America and the Avengers. They'll go to buy Captain America, and Captain America is a black man. Or in the case of USA Avengers, is a African-American woman who's Luke Cage and Jessica Jones' daughter from this future. So they go to get Thor. They're like, Ragnarok. They want to, and all of a sudden there's a woman Thor. There's a woman Thor. So people are like, they go to Hulk and they're like, why is Hulk Asian? They just, none of the comics represents any of the main characters in the movies.
And they're not being, and the problem is, they're not being racist. They're just being, they're so confused of, okay, why is it different than what I remember seeing on the big screen? Why can't this just be an alternate or another version?
And some of the old standing, even the comic shops, they're like, you need to leave the main guys alone. And they should always be left alone, okay? And create new characters. If there was going to be a She-Thor, call her something else. If there was going to be Falcon as Captain America, call him something else. But he wasn't supposed to be Captain America and the Falcon. That's ridiculous.
No.
Okay? Same thing
look
with
what they
Hulk.
did with Rick. Not Rick, but Bucky. When they changed him over,
That's different.
The Captain America.
But that's different. They could always have a different Captain America, but Steve Rogers is Captain America.
Yeah.
But the thing is that what they need to do is they cannot have Miles Morales as Spider-Man. Okay, he cannot be called Spider-Man. He can't be called Spidey. He can't be called Spider-Man. As evidence of the book with Generations, he even said, this is your legacy. So you got to call him something else. Like Spider-Teen or something different. You can't call
something to differentiate them from the man.
He can't be called Spider-Man, period.
Yeah.
He's not even a man, he's a kid. Right? I understand Peter Parker was a kid. He can't be called Spider-Man. Just like Ben Reilly was a clone. Did he call himself Spider-Man at first? No, he was called Spider. So call him something else. So my thing is that we already said how the comics plummet.
Mm-hmm.
where shareholders got scared. Oh my God, what are we going to do? And all these books are getting canceled left and right? And how
Because nobody's wanting them.
And how Legacy was supposed to restore them, where everybody gets back to normal, Hulk's back to life and everything. The problem is that these other characters are not going away. They're there too, and they can't be, because what's happening is you're confusing the shit out of people. Okay? If somebody yells in the street, Captain America, help me, why do 5 show up? Or 4 or 3? Marvel was about uniqueness.
They're going to have to do a thing, which they did with at the end of Onslaught, where you had people crossing over to opposite dimensions. If that means either
not even that.
Hang on. It either means they're either going to have to do some sort of that to where they get shifted to another dimension, or they write it to where they pick up a different name, or they lose their powers. Those are the only.
In an example of She-Thor, which I call her She-Thor because I don't recognize her as Thor, she's dying. They're going to kill her off, which that's such a copycat off of Captain Marvel when he had cancer, Marvel. And I'm like, oh, give me a break. You know, you did this already. But they got to wipe them out. They cannot be around. You can't have too many of the same things. And look what they're doing now with all of a sudden, you got Norman Osborn trying to become a Sorcerer Supreme. Since when? Since effing when? Right? Now Loki's. Why is this a craze now? Why is Loki trying to be Sorcerer Supreme? Why is Tony Stark Sorcerer Supreme?
Now, granted, Loki, I could see how he could try to deal with
it. He's a god. Why would he even care trying to learn spells? Why would he all of a sudden want to be educated and learn how to do spells all of a sudden? You don't just get it. Like, he has to go through many years of schooling. Why would you just all of a sudden now? Even Norman Osborn, it makes some freaking sense. And Tony Stark, no. He would never even do that.
Yeah.
So, like, this is just annoying to me.
Unless it's a con job by Loki, I could see him going that route. But other than that,
well, they spoke up and they says, you know what? We don't like what you did. You made Iceman gay. You did all this stuff.
Yes.
They were flipping out. They said, you know, you are catering to the SJWs. You're catering to, like, this whole thing, and nobody wants this, right? You did all this diversity at the same time. You never even gave somebody a chance to breathe. You forced this on everybody. So, and then they're saying you are making these companies go bankrupt. Or these comic shops, they cannot carry all these covers. People can't afford all these books at this price.
Yeah, I agree. I can understand. I can understand a $5 book if it's a trade, or a $5 book if something like.
Well, trades are like $20 or whatever. $14 per. Well, listen to this. Marvel ain't making it better. They're gonna quadruple it. They're gonna make the Avengers supposedly weekly. So instead of spending $5 a month, you spend $20. About $20 or more a month on Avengers.
So they're going to release
4 comics in a month. Yeah, every week. Then they're going to have the biggest storyline they've ever had in history. They're going to do an Avenger after Legacy is over. There's going to be a thing called Avengers No Surrender, which is going to go on freaking months.
The 90s, and all through, and I think it started in the 80s. What they generally did was, okay, part 1 was in one. Let's say they started in Avengers. Okay, you want to see part 2? You buy. You have it carry over in, let's say, Spider-Man, or you carried it over in what used to be a great comic called ROM. You did it like that, or X-Men. You don't put out 20 comic books so people have to buy 20 different.
This Legacy thing is a pain in the ass. It is so ridiculous. And this thing with Avengers is going to be ridiculous. Yeah, and after the Avengers, after the Avengers thing is over, then they're going to have a big Spider-Man event. So it's just, you cannot. How about just no storylines for a little while? Just regular comics.
Yeah.
You're killing these kids. This is the dark age of comics.
You're going to kill the comic book like the 90s did. You're getting that point to where people are going to go, I really don't even want to go see the movies because I'm so.
Listen, besides the fact that the superheroes are screwed up, one thing needs to fix is Tony Stark is not adopted, so fix that shit because that's annoying as hell. Okay, fix the characters the way they're supposed to be. Hydra Cap is not Cap.
No.
Explain it away because technically that is Cap.
Yeah.
And this one that's a good guy is just a figment of imagination. It's ridiculous. So they need to fix it, and they need to fix every single one of them. Now, She-Hulk is back as She-Hulk because people are like, that's stupid. You know, that's just stupid. So there's just too much crap going on.
Yeah, they're killing the comic books like what happened in the 90s, and people, and if this is going to start affecting the movies too.
Well, the movies will not do what they're doing. They're doing their own.
Yeah, because they're oversaturating the comic.
They're going from the original source material. They're not going to go because you can never have a movie about Peter Parker making a deal with the devil to erase 21 years of marriage to Mary Jane to save a 99-year-old man. You can never have it. So, and then nothing happens because of nothing bad. You know, well, he did have the soul of his daughter, but still, like the system. But the thing is that this needs to be fixed before Marvel goes to a second time where they almost go under. Which I understand Disney's got them, but even though you have the strongest company,
yeah, and because
they're losing money,
have to write them off.
If they're losing money, Disney
in order to
Disney will hire people to fix that. They'll fire everybody, and they'll just sweep house. You know, it's not even better though. Some of these writers are attacking and ripping fans to shreds because of political views and stupid shit, and then they have to be nice to fans to try to sell. It's like crazy. I don't know. It's just a mess. And today was definitely.
Comic book makers. DC already has a character called that. They're called Two-Face.
They need to just scale back all these storylines too much. You're killing these kids. These kids don't have the money, and you think they're gonna in 21st century they're gonna spend $5 on one comic?
With things going the way of digital, they might decide, I'm going to buy this stuff digitally. It'll be cheaper. And that's what's also going to kill them, is they're going to decide to go, I can't buy the physical copy, but I can buy the digital copy for half the price or quarter of the price.
Right.
And
it's absurd. Speaking of stuff, well, actually, we'll create another one because I want to have these in themes. So, okay. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye for now.